The dispute over sequestration heating up as the nation nears the March 1 deadline. Congress weighs options to slash spending, and we turn to Rick Santelli for more on that. Morning, Rick.
Absolutely. And, you know, in Ike's farewell address, he said something I think is appropriate. Let's throw it on the screen. I'll read it before we get to the guest. We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. Legend has it that was changed. Originally, it said the military-industrial corporate complex. I'd like to welcome our guest, Bill Frezza. Bill, I liked your piece on defense, sequester, and spending. Do you agree with Ike? Have some of the more staunch Republicans, should they be against some of this defense spending cuts that we are potentially embarking on? What are your thoughts?
Well, not just Ike, but George Washington and John Quincy Adams, who said Americans don't go abroad in search of foreign monsters to destroy. There's a historic opportunity here for the Republican Party to make a pivot away from crony capitalism and back to its historic roots by leading the charge on slashing defense spending. Not in a capricious way, but right-sizing the military toward the missions we face in the future. If they were to do that, if they were to get out in front of that issue, they would throw the Democratic Party into complete disarray, get the party fighting against itself as the Keynesians start arguing that, no, it's important to build bombs to keep the economy running, and the leftists say, no, this is great, we need to reduce defense spending, and we might have some chance of tackling entitlement reform, but only if the Republicans give up their own pork.
You know, when I look around the globe and see some of the bases and troops stationed around the globe that are wearing U.S. insignia, is this needed? Do countries like Japan and Europe, we've been down this road before. Should we be footing the bill? Should we be sending them the bill? Or should we bring our forces home? What are your thoughts on that topic?
Step one is send them the bill. If there's any advanced nation in the world that we are defending at our expense, they should get a bill at the end of the year, including the pension costs for our soldiers. If they don't pay the bill, the soldiers come home. Who are we defending them against? I mean, this is part of the problem. There's no sensible way you can think we're going to go to war with Russia or China. Russia's an oligarchy selling everybody oil. All they care about is their own crony capitalism. The Chinese are our biggest creditors and our biggest trading partner. They have no interest in a war with us. We should not be spending money on these things.
You know, Bill, one of my refrains has been stop spending, stop spending, stop spending. And there's a similarity between our current discussion and what we've learned about the post office. You know what gripes me most about the post office? I understand they lost $16 billion last year, but that's not the worst part. They have skipped 2 years of payments totaling a little over $11 billion for some of the retiree benefits. You know, it is stop spending, but maybe over-promising is the reason. I think that applies here as well. Your final thought, we only have a few seconds left.
Well, if we're going to defeat the Keynesian spenders and the tax, spend, borrow forces of the Democratic Party, tactically, the Republicans must do a pivot and get smart about leading the effort to cut defense spending. It's the only way forward.
Thanks, Bill, for being our guest. Carl, it's all yours, sir.
Rick, we'll come back to you in a little while. Thanks so much.